Hello guys, it's Kolo again. So in today's tutorial we're going to establish connection between two different subnets within a network. So let's start. So as you can see here within I have opened my eNSP. So we'll just come here. So as you can see guys, this is our connection. So this is a subnet 1, this is another subnet. As you can see these two subnets have been connected by router. Router 1 is being connected with router 2 within this network, which is 192.168.4.0 network. So within our subnet also we have this network, which is 192.168.2.0/24. This is our subnet mask. So these are two different network. So this is a subnet and this is another subnet. So these two, our PC, we want our PC to be able to communicate with this PC in a different subnet. Let's say this PC belong to a certain lab, and let's say lab 1 and the other one belong to lab 2. So we want to receive data from lab 2 through lab 1. So we want our PC to be able to communicate with each other. So this is what we'll be doing in today's tutorial. I will guide you on how we can enable this and how we can enhance this connection. So without further ado, let's see. So first of all, let's check if our connection, if we have established our connection. So let's try to pin our PC4 from our PC2 and see if we will be able to get a reply. This means that our connection or these two subnet are able to communicate. So we'll do that by in each individual PC so that we can know that this system is now working. So let's try out this one and let's pin. So let's try to pin PC4. So as I just said before, this is a 192.168 network. That's why you see .3, meaning it's 192.168.3.3. Again the same .3.2. So just come here and try to pin. So we'll just pin our network for 3.3. This is our network 3.3. So let's click enter. So you can see we are able to get reply from PC4. So let's go ahead and try to pin PC2. Let's try to pin PC3 from PC2. Pin again 3.2. So as you can see also we are able to get reply. So our PC2 is now able to pin PC3 in a different subnet. Let's go ahead and do it for PC4. Let's try to pin our PC1, or let's try to pin our PC2. Just come here and let's try to pin. So let's pin PC2 192.168.2.3. so pin that one. So as you can see we are able to get reply, so meaning our subnet 2 is now able to connect with subnet 1. So lastly, let's do it for PC3. Try to pin our PC1. So let's pin also. So let's pin our PC1. So just click enter and you can see guys we are able to get replies too. So this is what we'll be doing within this within this video. So let's go and start from scratch. So I'll just delete all of this. I just delete it so that we can start afresh. So I'll keep these two, there's no need of deleting them. So let's start. So we'll start by dragging our components. So we'll be needing PC, we'll drag our switches, we'll drag our router, we'll name them, we'll assign them the IP addresses. So let's go and do it. So let's come to PC, let's drag our PCs. We'll need 2 PC in each subnet, so let's drag each. So total of 4 PCs. Then let's go and add our switch. So we'll be using S5700, so you can use any of your choice. So we'll be using that switch. Then I'll be using a router, so I'll be using this router. So just drag it once again, and let's try to arrange them in a way that at least they'll be looking they will appear in a way that it will be easy for you to understand. So let's drag them a little bit. The same here. So once you are done completing that, let's proceed and connect. Let's connect now our components using an Ethernet cable. So just click, select Giga Ethernet 000, connect it to Giga Ethernet 001. Repeat the procedure, connect to Ethernet 001. The same here, connect it to Ethernet 001. Let's do it the same here, 00, just connect it here. Let's do this, connect it here, and let's also do this for this other PC. So once done, so we are now done. So the next thing, we're going to switch our PCs on. So we're going to switch our devices. So we'll just select all of them at once and just start the devices, and let's give it time. And here we go. Our devices are now ready. So as I always say, they should turn green, indicating that our devices are on. So with the time, this dot will just turn green. So let's proceed. So what we'll do next, guys, we'll need to assign each subnet its own network. So each subnet, sometimes it's good for each subnet to have its own network, so that to avoid interference when assigning IP addresses when we are configuring our routers. In case our IP addresses, or in case this network matches, it becomes very hard for them to communicate. So it's good sometimes to arrange your network or to assign network. At least make sure that this network, they don't collide or they don't match. So we'll go in and we'll go ahead and assign a network for this subnet. So before that, let's just name this as subnet 1. So we'll go ahead and name it as a subnet 1, and this one will be subnet 2. So this will be our subnet 2. So once done that, let's come here and assign let's assign our subnet network. So just come here, let's give it a simple IP address network. So 192.168.0.1.0. Let's give .1.0/2020/24. This is our subnet mask, meaning 24 bits are used for network and the remaining 8 bits are using for hosting. So let's come here again, and also let's assign this another network, 192.168.2.0. So this will be our network, available network for subnet 2. Then the next thing, let's connect our router 4 with router 5. So that's why we'll need another network within these two routers so that they can be able to recognize each other. So we'll go ahead and connect these two. So just connect this with this one exactly. So also let's assign this network an IP address. So it will be 192.168.3.0. So this will be the network within our router. So once done, now we are done assigning different IP addresses. So let's now assign our PCs its IP address within this network. So we'll go ahead and assign each PC its own IP address. So just come here and we'll name this name it dot dot 2. Also name this as dot 1. This will be dot 1 dot 1. So what I mean is that this is our subnet network, this is our network within this subnet. Therefore it will start with 192.168.1, then the last digit will be 2, the last digit will be 1, meaning it will be 192.168.1.1, 192.168.1.2. That's that way. Hope you are getting. So there's no need of keep repeating the entire statement, so we are trying to make things a little bit easy and faster. So we'll go ahead and also assign this dot 3. So after doing so, let's come to other side again and do the same. We'll come here and also do the same. So this will be dot 2, this will be dot 3, and the last one will be dot 1. So let's arrange. So once done doing so, then let's proceed and now configure our PC. Let's now assign these addresses to the configuration to our PC system, so that they will be recognized by each other through that IP address. So we'll go ahead and right click. So within this, we'll go ahead and assign our IP address. So this will be 192.168.1.2. Then our subnet mask, it is usually 255. So 255, and our gateway, this become our gateway. So this is our gateway. Let me just name it as a gateway. So we'll come here and right here gateway. This is our gateway. So the same here, this is our gateway. So this is our gateway. Sorry, this is our gateway. So this is our gateways. So we'll come ahead, let's proceed. So we will assign our gateways as 192.168.1.1. Just apply and save the changes. Go ahead on this PC too, will do the same. So we'll keep on repeating that way. So this will be 192.168.1.3. Our subnet mask become 255. So this will be 255.255.255. Then let's go ahead and assign our gateway. It will be 192.168.1.1. Then click apply, close it. On this side also, let's repeat the same procedure. So go ahead and assign our IP 192.168.2.2. Our subnet mask still remain the same, 255. Then go ahead and assign our gateway, which should be 192.168.2.2. 192.1. Apply, close that, open this one, go ahead and also assign 192.168.2.3. Then our subnet mask will be 255, 255, 255. Then let's assign our gateway 192.168.2.1. Apply. So we have finished assigning our IP addresses to our PC. So each PC is now able now we are able to pin each PC by their IP addresses. So the next thing guys will do, we'll just go ahead to our router. So we need our routers. We want to configure our router so that our PC is now able to pin our router, and also it will be able to pin our another PC, which for instance is PC6. So we'll go ahead and configure our router. So just double click here. Let's start by system view. Then let's name our router system name. Let's call it router. Let it be router 4. That's written. So router 4. So let's go ahead. So this interface, we want to configure this interface, which is Giga Ethernet 000. So we want to configure this interface. So we'll go ahead and write interface Giga 0/0/0, and we assign the IP address of 192.168.1.1. So it will be .1.1, and then it's subnet of 24. Click enter. So once done doing so, close this window, come on this side also. Let's name our routers or system name. Let's call it router 5. So let's check the interface. So our interface here is through Ethernet 00. So it's within our Ethernet 00. So let's just go ahead. So let's come to this interface. It should be Giga Ethernet 001. I've just changed it from Ethernet to Giga Ethernet, so at least to appear everything to be on the same state. So we want to use the we want this system to have the same Ethernet cable, so that's why I changed this part. So let's proceed. And so within our interface, so let's go interface. Then within our interface, now let's proceed and check this interface. Should be Giga Ethernet. So Giga Ethernet 0/0/1. Then let's assign it IP address. So IP address, which is 192.168.2.1, the subnet of 24. So once done that, let's now check. Let's check if any of the PC within this subnet can able to pin their routers or the other neighboring PC. So let's try to pin this one to see if it can able to pin the router 4. So we'll just write pin and assign the IP address 192.168.1.1, and you can see it's now able to reply, meaning this PC5 is now able to pin router 4. The same if we try with to pin the PC6. So just click and see it's now able to pin PC6. So the same here, also the same here. If we try to pin, we'll still do the same thing. So just pin 192.168.2.1, 2.1. You can see it is still also able to pin. So in short, this network these pieces, these devices are now able to communicate within this subnet, and also on the other subnet these devices or this component are now able to communicate within their subnet. So let's now try to pin a PC from this subnet, from this to this subnet from our subnet 1. Let's try to communicate with this PC to see if we can able to communicate. So just go ahead and try to pin. So let's try to pin our PC7 from PC1 on subnet 1. So just go ahead and write pin, then let's write the IP address, which is 2.2.2. So if you see there's a request timeout, this is because our network, or this is because this network is not aware of this network. So if this PC, these devices within this network, they have no any idea about the any occurrence or any existence of this network. At the same here, also this network is not aware of the existence of this network or this subnet. So we want to go and we want to configure these routers so that they can be able to communicate, so that if I try to pin this PC from this PC, if I want to pin this PC from this one, it will be able to receive the packet, or it's able to send the packet from this subnet. Also the same here. So let's go ahead and now enhance that or configure our routers. So the next thing we'll do, just come here and let's now assign this bound or this gateway, this route, this path whereby router 4 is communicating with router 5. As you can see, it has been written. Let's also change this one. Let's change it to something that is unique. So just give it to, let it remain to be as Giga Ethernet instead of Ethernet. So just to connect with Ethernet, Giga Ethernet. So they are now similar as I did before. So they are now similar. So let's proceed. So as you can see now, it's now Giga Ethernet, and another one is also Giga Ethernet 00. So let's go and assign the IP addresses to these 2 points, so that if I try to pin this I will refer this as the gateway, and also the same here. So let's go ahead and assign these IP addresses. I'll just use the short form, which is dot, just call it .1. At least to make it unique, let's just call it, let's keep .1 and use .2, at least to be not to avoid confusion. So let's just use .2. So on the other side also, it's .1, we'll try to use another one which is different, so just use .3, so that we can able to differentiate the 2 points. So once done doing that, so let's go ahead and configure our routers. So let's start with this router. So within our router, what we need to do, we want first of all to add this gateway point. We want to add this gateway point, since our router is between our within our router, we have no idea of this existence of this path. So we need to add this path within our router, so that it can configure to be aware of that this route will be used with this PC. So we'll go ahead and configure our router again. So just configure our router. Let's just quit everything, then system view. Then we'll go to our interface, the interface that we want to refer or to add to our router. Routine table is this route. So we'll go ahead and add interface giga, it's 00, if I'm not wrong, it's 00. So 0/0/1. So let's quit. So interface, let me just, yeah, we are here. No, this one. So just click enter, then let's assign the IP address. So assign that IP address of 192.168.3.2. It has a subnet mask of 24. So just click enter. So let's also do the same to this router. So we'll also still go ahead and use that interface. So its interface Giga Ethernet 000. So Giga Ethernet 00. So just click enter, IP address, which is 192.168. It's within this network, so it's within this network. So 3 dot, so it is 3.3. Then it still belongs to the same subnet. Click enter. So now our routers are aware of this route. So we cannot still able to pin or communicate with this. What we have just done, if we just configure our IP, our routers, so that they will be aware of this route or this path that is existing between router 1 and router 4. So we just configure our routers to add this route or to assign this network to their routing table. So even if we try now to pin again, if we try to pin this, let's try to pin, even if we try to pin this route, let's now try to check. So it's within .3 network, so let's try to pin it. So we still have a request timeout, and this is because our routers are now aware that it's only aware that there's a path that connecting the both of them, but they don't know it belong to which, or it is for what purpose for now. So the thing that we need to do now is to make sure that this router is now able to get the IP addresses, is now able to get the destination point from the other side of subnet network, and the same here, we're able now to get the destination points or anything that is coming from this network. So we'll do this by applying the IP routine. So IP routine is a way by within our routers we assign the routine. Normally we do it manually, but as we proceed, we're going to apply some other ways whereby you can use dynamic, you can use OSF. So right now we are doing it manually using the static route. So we'll go ahead and configure our IP or configure our routers again. So let's proceed and let's come to this one. We just double click. So let's quit again, system view. Then within our system view, now we want to configure, we want to assign this router, we want to assign router 4 the destination point, or we call it this network. We want to assign this network to our IP routine table, to our routing table of our R4 or our router 4. Also we'll do the same to our R5. We'll add this network to its return table, so that if any PC try to pin a different PC from this subnet, it will now be aware of this path, and it's also be aware of this network, the existence of this network. So it will now be able to communicate. So let's go ahead and assign this network to this router. So we'll go ahead and write IP. We'll do it as root. We're assigning root static. So root static, the root static means we are assigning the network manually. So then let's add an IP address. So we'll add an IP address. So this is where we'll add now this network. So we want to add this network to our IP, to our routine table of our router 4. So just add this network here. So we'll go ahead and do 192.168.3.2. 192.2.0. So we are adding 192.168 this network here, dot 2.0. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Then our next hop. This means that when we send anything or when we try to communicate with anything within this network, before reaching this point, we must approach this point. This router must pass through this point. So this point is not what is what now we call it the hop. So meaning this, before this router or before this PC communicating with this one, so the path that will be used, then these two gateways points and also this router must pass through this one. So it depends on the number of routers that you have. If you have 5 or 6 routers, we will count as the number of hop. It will be definitely 5, because before this information reaching to the endpoint, how many hops or how many routers we have passed through. So this become our hop. So here we'll add our next hop as this IP address. So this IP address will become our next hop. So this will be our next hop address, because this router will now approach this point before proceeding to the next point. So we'll come here and add our next hop as 192.168.3.3. So this become our next hop. So it's this network which is 3.3. So just click enter. It's now done, and now we should be able to configure, we should be able to pin any of these IP. So let's proceed next and do the same for this one also. We'll just go ahead and also assign IP. So system, then IP, so the root static 192.168.1.0. Our subnet 255.255.255.0. Then this become our next hop. So this will be our next hop. So just go ahead and add that next hop, 192.168. It's within the .3 network. So it's within the .3 network. So 3.2. And click enter. Now we should be able to pin, or this PC or this subnet is now should be able now to communicate, with this subnet. So let's go ahead and try to pin. Let's try to pin our PC5. Try to pin this, either this hop, or you can try even to pin anything within this subnet. So let's try to pin this hop. So you can see, guys, we are now able to get reply from this point. So this PC is now able to pin this router. Let's go ahead and try to pin this PC or this PC. Let's try to pin PC3. PC3 is within the .2 network, so we'll just change this to .2 network. And now let's see, it's now able also to get replies, so meaning it's now able to pin. Let's do it for this side also. Let's try to pin this PC5. So just go ahead and pin 192.168. It's within the .1 network, then .2. Also, you can see we are able to get reply. So this, guys, is how you can communicate, or this is how you can enhance connection between two topology. So today's videos was reflecting on how we can communicate, or how we can able to communicate from one subnet with another subnet using our router. So this is how, guys, you can able to configure this system. So this was for today, guys. Thanks for your time, guys. Remember to subscribe to my video. I do really appreciate. Thanks for watching my video. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.